Stage 5 Discovery of gliders, 18th century. George Cayley, the father of aviation. In the early 1800s, Sir George Cayley, a British engineer and inventor, was one of the first to seriously study human flight. He didn't just dream about flying. He wanted to understand the science behind it. Cayley identified lift, drag, thrust, and gravity as the forces involved in flight. He realized that wings need to create lift to overcome gravity, and something, an engine or human effort, must provide thrust to overcome drag. Wing shape. He understood that curved wings, like bird wings, could generate lift when air moves over them. Cayley built several gliders, which are flying machines without engines. In 1853, he built a full-sized glider that carried his coachman, a very brave person, across a short distance. This was the first recorded flight of a machine carrying a human. He showed that human flight was possible if we used the right principles of aerodynamics. Otto Lilienthal, the glider king. In the late 1800s, German inventor Otto Lilienthal took Cayley's ideas and turned them into reality. He was the first person to repeatedly fly gliders and became known as the glider king. Lilienthal studied how birds flew and used their wing shapes to design his gliders. He built over 2,000 models and tested them to understand how different wing shapes affected lift and stability. Lilienthal built several types of gliders, made mostly of wood and fabric. These gliders had a fixed wing design and required him to run down a hill to gain speed before taking off. Between 1891 and 1896, he made over 2,000 successful flights, soaring distances of up to 250 meters. In 1896, during a test flight, Lilienthal lost control of his glider and fell from a height of 15 meters, leading to his death. His last words were, "Sacrifices must be made." He proved that controlled human flight was possible even without an engine. Stage 6 19th century The Wright brothers and powered flight. The Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur Wright, built the first successful airplane in 1903, called the Wright Flyer. To fly, they needed to solve three big problems. Thrust, how to push the airplane forward. Lift, how to make the airplane rise into the air. Control, how to steer the airplane and keep it stable. Thrust, moving forward. They made a lightweight engine because engines available at that time were too heavy for flight. The engine had propellers, rotating blades, that pushed the plane forward through the air. Lift, rising up. The wings were specially shaped to make air move faster on top and slower underneath. This created lift, an upward force that helped the plane rise off the ground. Control, steering and balancing. The Wright brothers invented clever systems to control the airplane. By slightly twisting the wings, they could tilt the plane to the left or right. This helped balance the airplane. Elevator, up and down. A small wing in front of the main wings helped the plane go up or down. Rudder, turning. A part at the back of the plane helped it turn left or right like a steering wheel. On December 17, 1903, at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, the first flight lasted 12 seconds and covered 120 feet. The longest flight that day lasted 59 seconds and covered 852 feet. This was the first time a powered airplane flew, with a pilot controlling its movement. They created the first airplane that could be controlled in all directions, up, down, left, right. They used smart experiments, testing wing shapes in a wind tunnel, and solved problems scientifically. The Wright Flyer became the starting point for all airplanes we see today. To sum up, ancient texts like the Ramayana inspired early imaginations with the concept of vimanas. Then Stage 1 kites were observed, while Stage 2 nature taught us invaluable lessons through the flight of birds, bats, and insects. In Stage 3, Isaac Newton's laws of motion provided the scientific foundation. Stage 4, innovators like the Montgolfier brothers and Jacques Charles unlocked the skies with balloons. And in Stage 5, pioneers like George Cayley and Otto Lilienthal laid the groundwork for controlled flight. In Stage 6, the Wright brothers achieving powered flight. Each stage reflects our relentless curiosity, transforming dreams of soaring through the skies into the modern aviation marvels we see today. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of human ingenuity and innovation.